Back again with Andy Sumachek at Pace Immigration, paceimmigration.com. Andy, let me just set the scene for you. I am a person who thinks they're going to be a great singer or a great actor someday, and I really, really want to make it in Hollywood, but I live in the UK or Poland or wherever. What options do I have?
Wow. Okay, well, something most people don't know is that there are like thousands and hundreds of thousands of people trying to break into those industries. So, for example, I think the numbers, last time I looked, the numbers were something like 120,000 actors coming into Los Angeles every year looking for an opportunity to become an actor. So, and I spent 10 years in Los Angeles working, so I have a little bit of a sense of what's involved, albeit from the immigration point of view, but nonetheless.
Not working as an actor, but working as you're a lawyer there.
No, I tried to work as an actor, but nobody wanted me.
It didn't work out. Okay, you went into law. Okay,
Yeah. No, just kidding. But I guess the starting point is how good are you? So, for example, if where you are now, in the country where you are now, if you're nationally recognized, you've won awards like a Genie in Canada, for example, that gets you a ticket to ride into the United States because you enter a class so-called an extraordinary alien class where an O1 visa is possible.
That's what they call it, an extraordinary alien class.
That's right. Yeah.
These
Now,
titles,
even in that case, you're going to need an agent or a manager to act as your sponsor to be able to get you into the United States. But at least you're in the category where you have a chance of getting the work permit. Most people aren't in that category. They've never achieved anything significant on a national scale or international scale. And there's some other criteria lesser criteria that you could possibly qualify under. For example, your works have been shown in international exhibits, or you've been a judge in like American Idol or something like that. Such other criteria that you could possibly meet that might make it for you, or make it possible for you to get over into that criteria or into that O1 sphere. But it's difficult. It's really difficult to get in there. We're talking about Celine Dion, Wayne Gretzky, Shania Twain, these type of people. They're in the O1 category. Let's say you're not there, but you're in a lesser sphere. Maybe you're culturally unique. An example of that would be, for example, even today, I got a call from an artist who works with granite, and he does artistic designs on granite. So, for example, it's kind of gruesome, but funeral homes, headstones, things like that.
Yeah.
Such a person is a unique, culturally unique, and can get in under so-called P3 visa going to the United States.
Okay.
So you can get that. You mentioned musicians. There's an agreement between the American Federation of Musicians, the Canadian and American one, and it's also probably available for other countries like the UK and so on, where musicians can come into the United States because of a reciprocal agreement between countries. And the federation, the guild, makes the arrangements for the person to come in. In that case, you don't use a lawyer like you would in an O1 or P3 that I talked about earlier.
So there are options.
Yes.
But it sounds like the best option is to hone your craft at home and get good at it.
Yes.
So that you have a reel or a resume or at least something that shows that you're going to be able to do it in the United States as well.
Right. I think, yes, you have to make a mark in your local community first. If someone comes along and says, okay, you're going to be on national prime television in the United States, for example, well, in that case, you could probably get a visa to go in. But it's very rare for someone to be picked out of nowhere and end up on prime time television. So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was it, the O1?
O1 would be the major one that you're after if you're a prominent artist. But in the sort of the category of you and me and everybody else, normal, just ordinary people, you're looking at a culturally unique performers. So, for example, ethnic dancers might be able to get in on a culturally unique visa. Or sometimes like the hockey players and stuff like that are under P2, the athlete type category. Curlers, hockey players, football players, people like that. So there are some visas in that category.
So getting in on your own, born talents, you need to be good at it.
The key is you got to have someone in the U.S. sponsoring you. There's no such thing as I'm an artist, I'm coming to the United States. It's I'm an artist, I have an agent, or I have a manager, or I have a football team, or I have some kind of a studio that's offering me a position, or I'm a model and I'm going to be
Signed by this certain,
performing.
yeah. Okay.
And that person acts as your sponsor to bring you into the United States.
Okay, so that's key then.
Yeah, I would say maybe that's the place to start. Get yourself an agent or manager who has a connection to the United States, and that person can help you open the door to get the immigration visa.
And word to the wise, I mean, we have a little bit of a backstory on this
Yes.
because earlier in the week we were discussing this with an artist, and I was talking to an agent who was saying, look, the chances of an agent just signing you blind are not very good. You need to have your stuff together. So if you are going to approach agencies in the United States or Canada, you better have a really good reel.
Yes.
Make sure it's pro.
Yeah.
Make sure it shows off your stuff.
Marketing material. It's
Yeah.
got to be really good.
Otherwise, the agent, why would they take a flyer on you when they can take a flyer on someone from
Yeah.
Vancouver or New
Let
York?
me share one final story. Long time ago, maybe like more than 10 years ago, I thought I was quite a songwriter. So I did a demo tape, and I went down to Los Angeles, and I went to all the studios, and actually the recording companies, and tried to market my tape. And the experience, back then it was a tape, it wasn't a CD. That's how long ago it was. And I found out I'm not a good songwriter. But what would happen is I'd actually have meetings with guys, and I'd give them the tape. And I'd say, okay, well, to get a meeting with someone, that's like a miracle in itself. But if you ever did get a meeting, the guy would slip it into his tape recorder, press the play button, listen to like about 4 or 5 bars. That was it. It's either a hit or it's not. Out.
Wow. Eh?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like that. Well, because they got like 10,000 of these things a day, so.
Make it good, put together a good package, and good luck. And if you need some more immigration advice, you can contact Andy Semichuk at pacelawfirm.com, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.